Hey there, grilling enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Today we are talking about a topic that's absolutely essential for all of us who love grilling. The top 5 worst ways to cook a barbecue. We've all been there. We've all made mistakes. Grilling is a journey, and no one's perfect. So, let's dive into these common grilling mistakes and learn how to avoid them. For sure, mate, not warming up your grill before slapping your meat on it. That's a big no-no. It's like diving into a swimming pool before it's filled with water. Not gonna end well, is it? When you're cooking, you're playing a game with heat. You slap your steak, or veggies or whatever you're grilling, onto the grill, and that heat gets busy. It's like a suntan for your steak, giving it that awesome, crispy, browned outer layer that makes you go, But if your grill's cold, forget about it. Instead of that tasty sear, your food will just kinda sit there, slow cooking into a sad, dry shadow of what it could be. Plus, your food's gonna stick to those grates like glue on paper. And trust me, nobody wants their steak ripped apart like a piece of cheap notebook. A hot grill makes flipping your food a breeze. Let's sort out this preheating thing, and I promise, your barbecue game will never be the same. I know it sounds obvious, but seriously, give your grill a good 15 to 20 minutes to get all hot and bothered before you start slinging your steaks. It'll get to the right temp and your food will cook evenly. Easy peasy. Most grills these days come with one of these babies built in, but if you're rocking an old school model, grab one from a store. They're like the cheat codes to grilling, letting you know when your grill's hot enough to start cooking. Every time you lift that lid, you're letting out precious heat. Just like we learned in kindergarten, patience is a virtue. Number 4. Cooking frozen meat. I know it's tempting to go from freezer to grill, but trust me, it's a bad idea. Slapping frozen meat on a grill is like trying to tan in a snowstorm. You're left with a piece of meat that's charred on the outside but still icy in the middle. I don't know about you, but I'm not a fan of food poisoning. Certain meats, like chicken or pork, can have some nasty bugs like salmonella or trichinosis. If your meat isn't cooked properly because it was frozen solid, you could be rolling the dice with your health. When you cook meat, some funky science stuff happens with the proteins. They change, making your meat go from tough to tender. But if your steak is frozen, the outside might turn into a chewy mess while the inside's still trying to warm up. Plus, you won't get that awesome, flavorful crust you'd get with a properly thawed piece of meat. Alright, pals. Wanna dodge the Ice Age steaks problem? Here's the game plan. Plan your barbecue like a pro and give your meat plenty of chill time in the fridge to thaw out. Depending on how big or thick your cut is, this could take from a couple of hours to a couple of days. If you're more of a last-minute Larry, you can speed up the defrosting process with a bit of cold water. Chuck your frozen meat in a waterproof plastic bag, then dunk it in cold water. If your microwave's got a defrost setting, use it. But keep an eye on it, you're just trying to defrost, not cook. This works best for smaller bits of meat. Arm yourself with a food thermometer. It's the easiest way to make sure your meat hits the right internal temp and is safe to eat. Let your thawed meat chill at room temp for about 20 to 30 minutes before you throw it on the grill. This way, the heat from the grill won't have to battle a cold center and your meat will cook more evenly. There you have it, grill gurus. Take the time to thaw and prep your meat the right way, and you'll be the star of the barbecue. Number 3. Using too much lighter fluid. Using too much lighter fluid is like trying to perfume a pig, it just ain't right. Ever bitten into a juicy piece of barbecue only to get a mouthful of chemistry class? The stuff can vaporize and the fumes can get sucked right into your grub, giving it a funky chemical taste. And trust me, that's not the kind of smoky flavor we're going for. Using too much of it can turn your barbecue into a 4th of July fireworks show. Safety first, people. No worries, my barbecue brethren and sistren. Keeping your eyebrows intact while grilling is easier than you might think. If you haven't been introduced to the magic of a chimney starter, you're missing out. This thing gets your charcoal all hot and bothered using just some crumpled up paper or a paraffin starter. If you're feeling a bit techie, you might want to give an electric charcoal starter a whirl. These bad boys heat up your charcoal without any lighter fluid in sight. Have you ever tried using a chimney starter or an electric one? Let me know in the comments. Still want to use a fluid? No prob. There are organic lighter fluids and fire starters out there that won't make your food taste like a chemistry lab. If you're set on using lighter fluid, just remember, less is more. Dampen your charcoal, let it soak in for a minute, and then light it up. And remember, once the fire is going, don't add any more fluid. Before you throw your food on the grill, let the lighter fluid burn off completely. You'll know you're good to go when your charcoal is sporting a white-gray ash. Now you're ready to get your grill on. Remember, grilling should be about having fun and making delicious food, not calling the fire department. Number 2. Not cleaning the grill. Imagine trying to whip up an epic feast in a dirty pan. Yuck, right? Well, that's what you're doing when you're grilling on dirty grates. Remember that delicious steak you grilled last week? Well, if you don't clean your grates, bits of it might just make a surprise appearance on your next barbecue. A dirty grill is like a paradise island for bacteria and mold. If you don't clean your grill, you're not just serving up sausages, you might be dishing out a dose of food poisoning too. Grease and leftover food particles are like termites for your grill. They can cause it to deteriorate or even corrode over time. Regular cleaning can give your grill a long, happy life. The fix? Clean that grill, baby. Once you've finished cooking and the grates are still hot, give them a good scrub with a grill brush. The heat helps loosen up all the gunk and makes it easier to clean off. When you're done grilling, crank that baby up to high for a few minutes and close the lid. This'll burn off any extra grease and makes brushing off the grates a whole lot easier. At least once or twice a season, do a serious deep clean. We're talking taking off the grates and burners, giving the inside a good scrape, and cleaning any parts on the outside that need it. Got some stubborn stains that won't budge? Mix up a 50-50 solution of vinegar and water. It's all natural, and vinegar is a cleaning wizard. Once your grates are squeaky clean, give them a light coat of oil. This creates a sweet non-stick surface and keeps rust at bay. How do you guys clean your grills? Do you have any secret tips or hacks? Make these steps part of your barbecue routine and your grill will stay clean, safe, and ready to rock and roll every time you light it up. Number 1. Constantly flipping and prodding. Grilling requires patience. It's not a stir-fry, folks. Every time you flip your grub, you're kinda hitting the reset button on cooking. Too much flipping can lead to uneven cooking, making it trickier to hit that sweet spot of doneness. Stabbing or poking your meat while it's on the grill can let out all those yummy juices, leaving you with dry, less tasty bites. Opening the lid to flip or poke at your food is like opening the oven door. You're letting out a ton of heat. This can stretch out your cooking time and isn't the best use of your fuel. So, what can we do to not ruin our grill? When your food's on the grill, try to chill. Keep those hands off, and fight the urge to keep checking it or shuffling it around. Your food needs consistent heat to cook evenly and score those killer grill marks we all love. Got a rough idea how long your food needs to grill? Cool. Set a timer. It'll stop you from being tempted to flip your food too soon or too much. Instead of slicing into your meat to see if it's done, and letting all those tasty juices escape, use a meat thermometer. Get yourself some long-handled tongs or spatulas to make flipping easier and keep your hands safe. Skip the forks or anything else that can stab your meat and let out those yummy juices. Stick to these tips and you're gonna get even cooking, and super tasty flavor every time you fire up the grill. Now, who's hungry? Remember, everyone, grilling is an art, and every artist needs to know not just what to do, but also what to avoid. I hope these tips help you avoid these common mistakes and elevate your grilling game. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips, tricks, and other wisdom. Happy grilling!